Yeah, another video here about the Tokyo real estate man, but I'm shooting it from here at Robson Street in Vancouver. And it's kind of the second take of the video. I did it earlier, but I'm really not too happy with the way it ended. So I'm waiting here for an order. I do DoorDash, so I just thought it's going to be a few minutes, so I'm just going to shoot a quick video right here. And the basically I've turned really, I'm really not a bearish person. And I'm not totally bearish anyway, but I've turned like kind of bearish on Vancouver real estate, and I think that depending on your situation, I think you should not be involved in it right now. Yeah, I mean it's pretty common sense. When the interest rates were low, it made a lot of sense for people to get involved with real estate, and they piled in, including me. Uh, I was always careful though, because I went through the recession when I was a little kid in the early 1980s. Like I do own like quite a few properties, and then I had actually learned how to do it to be a landlord and everything like that through my family in the early 1980s with some of the townhouses that we owned in Nanaimo, British Columbia. And they'd been really big. I helped my mom a lot with them all, and they'd been huge sort of impression on me at a very young age. So I was pretty aware, and I'd done a lot of kind of work from the uh, just just landlord work of cleaning and painting and everything like that from a very young age. So I took the like family model that we done over, and then I put it into my own model in Tokyo. And yeah, I've the last 5 6 years of my life, like I've always remembered the recession of 1982, and I did a lot of basically deleveraging where I don't really have any debt almost at all right now. I think I'm down to about $200,000, and I don't know, like probably an eight-figure valuation. I don't know. Like these evaluations don't mean anything anyway, right? The true value is the value of the land, and I think that what happened with this interest rates going up like this, there has to be some more price compression in the Vancouver real estate or Canadian real estate space or the North American real estate space, for that matter, really for it to make sense. So, having said that, like it all depends on your situation. I'm certainly not selling my property here in Vancouver, and I'm in no like I'll probably never sell it. I just believe it. Like I'm a really buy and hold investor, because I'm really buy and hold makes a lot of sense for me, because like I'm really good at fixing and cleaning and taking care of things, and uh, I call myself a businessman, but I'm really more on the hustler end of things. Like there's much better businessmen than me. I've done pretty good in my career, but I'm really more on the hustle end. So just owning properties and this kind of thing is a really good thing, really up my alley. Well, and I think it's still good for people if you have money and like the interest rates aren't going to squeeze you. I think that it can still be a good thing to get involved, because it's always good to have control of an asset. Like you can talk and do you really want to be under the, if you don't need to, if you got money, a little bit of money, you got a good job, you got some balls or some moxie and stuff like that, and you're not scared of like these interest rates and you want to get involved, I think it's good. But if the numbers don't work for you, and for a lot of people here in Vancouver, like the numbers just don't make any sense. They don't make any sense at all. So why would you get involved in it, right? Because but if you got money and you can get like you're not too worried about it. I mean, there's can be times where you want to get involved in things because you want control of the asset, right? You have a family or whatever. You've seen a commercial space that you want to get involved in, that you could buy or something like that. There's always a kind of like, depending on like your circumstances, there's always a good reason to get involved. But if you're kind of coming from I come from like the real Canadian middle class. I think you should not be involved with things. But having said that, I've been wrong about lots of things in my life too. Like I'm bearish. I'm an official bear now of the Vancouver real estate or Canadian real estate space right now. But I can totally be wrong. I had a friend who just bought a place in Rochester, New York, and he bought a whole building, two-story building with a basement. I call it three stories because he got a basement. So to me, that's a story. That's a story that you can make use of and stuff like that. And he bought it for $160,000 US. And you can. It's a beautiful cute little brick building, and you couldn't. He bought it for cash, and then so he's gonna have to have a hustle on here for the first year, and he's really skilled like tradesman of all kind, and I think he made a really good purchase. So there's still great opportunities in the real estate space and stuff like this, but in these like A1 number one cities right now, like Vancouver, I don't know why it's considered the number one city. I'm happy to be here. My kids are going to school here. I'm happy to own my property here. But yeah, I mean, come on. And then I mentioned it on like Market Mania's channel the other day, and a bunch of people just always have to jump in and say that Rochester is some sort of dump or something like that. Yeah, well, think I lived in lots of places. No, I haven't lived in lots of places in the world. I've lived in Canada, and I've lived in Tokyo, and I've traveled to 50 countries, but I've only lived in two countries. That's a exaggeration. I'm sorry. I lived in two countries, and my idea, and I was an immigrant for 30 years, and I still feel like an immigrant here because I'm here, and I'm obviously like I can speak English and control the language, but I still help my kids in school, learning everything here, and uh, like what I mean by that is you also can make the reality that you make. And if you have a strong family or you have a strong business, you can make it anywhere. It doesn't have to be a dump if you want to have a decent view on things. You can make a beautiful, my friend can take it, like, can take that building and make it beautiful, make it a successful business, and then you can make a beautiful world out of it. So you can make your reality too, to a certain degree. Like even bad neighborhoods that doesn't really scare me. If you have a good business that can contribute to a neighborhood, people will always come there. Anyhow, there's not a video here about the Tokyo real estate man who's turned bear. But I was a cautious bull. I'm a cautious bear. If there's opportunity and it makes sense for you to buy, I think you should buy too. But yeah, I'm bearish, and I'm looking to buy another place here in Canada. I would buy in the United States if I had rights, but given the pandemic and the trampling of human rights, I would like to go to a place where I know that I do have some rights. So I'm reluctant to involve myself in the American market simply because I don't feel like I have rights. Although I did ask the realtor, my friend who bought that place in Rochester, New York, I asked them how much the building next door was. So yeah, I'm looking at Rochester, go where my friend is. That's an opportunity. Right on. Tokyo real estate man, the Vancouver real estate bear man. Cautious bear. When it makes sense to buy. But yeah, right now I don't think there has to be lots more compression in this market for it to make sense for most people. Right on. Thank you, Sonny.